This video demonstrates how to utilize a lifeline in your knitting project. A lifeline is a piece of waste yarn that's, and in this case, I've just gotten a piece of needlepoint thread, and I'm using a darning needle, and I'm going to use that darning needle to insert this piece of waste yarn through my live stitches on my knitting. And what it does is it acts as a safety net to allow me to unravel my knitting back to the place that the waste yarn was inserted. And that really comes in handy because it kind of takes the fear out of losing all your work if you have to rip back a bit of your project or to a specific place. That way you don't lose the whole thing or have to start over or spend lots and lots of time trying to salvage your work. So all you do is very, very simple actually. You want some waste yarn that's smaller than the yarn that you're actually knitting with, and you just insert the tapestry needle or the darning needle through the stitches as they sit on the knitting needle. You just pull that through and work your way all the way across the row. And the reason this comes in so handy with a lace project is because picking up stitches, if you make a boo-boo in a lace project, can be a little trickier than if you're just doing a regular stockinette stitch or just a regular maybe garter stitch or a simple stitch pattern. Lace, like I said, can just get to be a little bit tricky. So you just work your way all the way across the row. And if you knit tightly like I do, you have a little bit of trouble sometimes getting it through there. Whoops. And what happens is, if you need to be able to, to rip back to this place, then all you have to do is take your needle back out of your work, pull the work out, and the stitches will automatically stop when they get to the waistline or to the waist yarn line, because that's going to hold them in place, and then you can reinsert your needle without having to worry about getting the stitches on the needle go in the right direction, because they'll be sitting on the waist yarn or on your lifeline in exactly the right position. So it's really a handy dandy trick. And what I usually do if I'm working a lace pattern, let's just get that like that and then get this last one. When I'm working a lace pattern, what I usually do is I'll insert a lifeline and I'll leave it in place for about 10 rows, and then I'll put another one in. And as you work your way up, you don't have to leave all the little loose ends hanging out and do a bunch of them. You can put one in, and then once you've put that one in, and go a few more rows and put another one in, then you can keep pulling out the one below the last one that you just inserted, so that you don't have all those little waste yarns hanging out of the side of your project. So anyway, that's how you insert a lifeline in your knitting project.